You know, it's living proof that they care about ratings, because they got rid of Carol Vorderman, who was saying things against the government on BBC Radio, but they still support Gary Lineker, 1.35 million, for saying exactly the same things.
A lot of
because
licences.
it pulls in the ratings.
Yeah, that's unambiguously correct. Especially because they'd said he'd breached their guidelines before and said don't do it again. He did it again.
Yeah.
He didn't want suspended. He stepped back and then was reintroduced because they obviously thought they couldn't do without him.
Yeah,
but this isn't a new conversation. Look at Mark Fowler and the first gay kiss on TV between two men, I believe, on EastEnders.
Oh gosh, I remember that. Blimey, yeah.
That was risk-taking, risky TV. But it was such a great way of touching on an important social issue and also producing great drama. And I do think it's not necessarily about chasing ratings. Partly that, Alex, of course. But I do think every single broadcaster, publisher, anybody in the media game out there says sometimes you have to take risks. And the worry is the BBC stops doing that. I think, park that for a moment, the issue of Carol Vorderman or Gary Lineker saying things on their own Twitter feeds or attacking the government, I think it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be happening at all. They also shouldn't be attacking the opposition, by the way, whether that's Tory or the Labour Party.
Yeah,
that's correct.
But I do think that with the content, so for instance, there was stuff about BBC News talking to certain people with some zany points of view. Well, look, people in this country sometimes have zany points of view. They should still be represented in a broadcast conversation. So I think you want to disaggregate various points here. I think the BBC gets a lot right. I think radio, fantastic. I think its TV, particularly its current affairs journalism, not very good, frankly.
And to me, it seems that they are constantly chasing the young market.
Yeah.
Okay? But the actual facts are that 35% of under 30s never watch the BBC. So are they in danger of, ignoring the people that are watching it, that don't want to discuss the daily...
They're not in danger of it. They are doing that. They are ignoring their actual audience, and I think that's a dreadful shame. I mean, Newsnight, which many of us will have watched over the years, is now coming to an end, and many people will deplore that. But the honest and sad truth is, almost nobody watches it.
No. This is the thing. I mean, if you watch the kids one, it's where they were teaching them how many genders there were. Right. Rather than just letting them watch colourful cartoons.
The Horrible Histories one as well was great, wasn't it, recently, with the... I'm half Iranian. I'm quite open to the fact that, Iranians haven't been in Britain forever. That's just a fact.
Yes.
So, and I've learned to live with it. Yeah,
well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for explaining that. So, I mean, sort of like, do you think, though, it should be defunded? Do you think, I think a lot of people, the majority of people now think it should be funded by advertising. So is it time to just scrap the licence fee?
I don't think the licence fee is going to be sustainable as a model, and I don't think it's actually in the BBC's interests to continue with the licence fee, because as more and more people watch more and more different things, and as more and more people watch channels in ways that they've actively chosen to watch, it just becomes increasingly obsolescent, I think. Actually, if you were trying to defend the BBC and you were being radical about it, the first thing you'd do is get rid of the licence fee.
Aaron?